I got something that says using Chat GPT to help with my writing because my cognition isn't as sharp as it used to be. I have nocturnal epilepsy, which happens when sleeping, not triggered by flashing lights when I'm awake. My hippocampus is damaged heavily from my epilepsy, which has damaged my memory and cognition. I'm not as great at speaking or writing as I used to be, and word recall can be awful at times, which stunts the flow of what I'm saying sometimes. Nowadays, I'll write something out and ask Chat GTP to make it sound better since my mail messages and other writings isn't as sharp or impressive as it used to be. I know this seems like a crutch, but I can't undo the neurologist damage that has stunted my cognition. No matter how often I speak or writing, what is everyone's opinion on how to help this? I think if you stop using the Chat GPT, you'll get a little back. But if you keep using it, you're just gonna learn nothing. You're just gonna not have to use that skill.
Yeah, if you keep relying on something, you're gonna. But at the same time, it's like I can understand something where
Yeah, I can understand.
Do you want my fickle answer or my realistic answer?
Both of them.
Unfiltered ones are better.
Give me both.
All right. The ethical answer is no. Don't use ChatGPT. You should. But everyone uses it. Obviously, I mean, if you're using it for work, yeah, sure, just use it because everyone uses it. But
I don't.
And well, I guess it probably isn't used for your work then. But yeah, but you need to keep your brain sharp with some things, or else, yeah, it's gonna. If you don't
Yeah.
use that tool, it's not gonna.
Yeah,
It's
my
gonna go
grandma
bad.
used to say. My grandma used to say, "Use it or lose it."
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Yeah, thank you for
There
yeah.
you go.
Your brain's the muscle. It's
That's
got to
what
get exercise.
Yep. That's all true.
Like those every
But
the
you
job
can but
applications that we write. ChatGPT knows how to get through those algorithms. I'm not going to go off on that tangent, but yeah,
I suppose you could use it though to proofread a little and decide what you might not like. I don't know. Mm. My
Yeah, this
husband
person they said they'll just write something and then ask Chat GPT to make it look good.
polish it up a little. I don't know. I'm not sure, but write it yourself and then proofread it. Have it proofread it. That's what I think.
Yeah.
or
I'm glad
find
this
some
subject
other
came up
creative
because I had
outlet.
no
That
idea
doesn't,
what Chat
yeah.
GPT was. And I just asked my homeschool daughter, my daughter who does online school, if she knows what it is. And she's like, oh, yeah, I use it.
Yeah, I mean, my husband does. He looks things up, but he never actually would take it
What is
word
it?
for word or anything like that. That's the thing
Right.
about it. It's sort of just a tool, like any other writing tool, like a thesaurus or a you know a dictionary. You're looking things up to see, am I using this word correctly or not? At least that's the way you should be using it, right?
Yeah, as a
That's
resource, not a
Right.
solution.
That's what I'm
that's what I
thinking.
mostly use it for. I
Yeah.
use it for like to look things up,
Right. Right. That's
But
and that's what my husband does too. And he would never use it directly for something. It would
It
much
can't
more
be
be
cited, though, right?
what's that?
I mean, it can't be cited, though. Maybe that's why teachers just frown upon it because you can't really cite it.
Well, I think that's probably a lot of it.
That's
Yeah.
what I was gonna say.
Anything you
Is
can't cite is going to be something that people
Yeah,
are
they
going to look down
consider
on.
exactly.
I heard someone say that they use Chat GPT or some type of AI thing It was like I told it, make me a 10-page essay about this, this, and this. And that sucks for students because they don't have to do that. I mean, they don't have to do the
Wow,
work anymore.
I can't believe they would get away with that though. Like, I mean, didn't that look wrong to their teacher? I don't know.
In the right curriculum, they have safeguards against that.
Yeah. Like,
ChatGPT, it can also, they have AI technology that can find
AI technology
yeah, right.
generated, and the teachers. I mean, the teachers should get to know their students. If it's assuming they don't have 100 students, then they should be able to get to recognize, if a student would
that
be able to
doesn't sound
use some 6-syllable word to
Right.
describe, World War II, or what really
that doesn't
was
sound like so and
the
so's
difference in
writing.
ideology on the two German leaders. And yeah, no, we've
Doesn't
been doing a
sound
lot
like
of
this person.
final essays. Eighth grade is hard enough. I can't imagine what she's going to have to do in high school. I mean, they get deep now. They really expect you to get to analyze the difference in values of two German dictators when, you're 13 years old.
Yeah.
Damn.
I can't believe the stuff they're having my 14-year-old and 16-year-old do. It's unbelievable.
Exactly. But hey, we gotta take advantage as soon as we can.
Son about history, and yeah, it's like I love history,
But
I can
that's
tell
not
you
gonna
to
make
help
any
you.
money.
The syllabuses
No,
have
I'm just
changed
saying.
every decade.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm like, I love history. I can tell you to help you, but other stuff. The only other thing I could help him, he was already great at, was math. And even I can't remember some of the stuff now.
Yeah.
I didn't know you had a son.
A stepson. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got another one though. Hold on. It says, has anyone been diagnosed with pseudo seizures before they got diagnosed with epilepsy? So I am in the hospital after a pretty bad episode. They did an EEG and it came back normal. I'm still waiting on an MRI, but I've taken 2 in the past and they were pretty normal. The neurologist came in and said it was probably psychosomatic.
Psychosomatic.
Yeah, psychosomatic, and that really
Yes.
frustrated me because I know my episodes are also triggered by flashing lights and turning my head left. So in my mind, how can it just be anxiety when there are non-anxiety related things that can also trigger my episodes? Anyway, ironically, hearing this news and thinking about how I stayed in the hospital for 4 days just to be told I'm anxious led me to have an episode. So when I have them, I am partially aware and can somewhat move my limbs, but it was shaky and my eyes were rolling in the back of my head. They gave me some lorazepam to calm me down, and that's when I looked up pseudo seizures. Apparently, they are seizures just not caused by epilepsy, which is way different than what I thought, which was that they thought I had to fake a seizure. I am more willing to accept it now because I know that they do believe me and don't think I'm faking it. I am a Black woman who is chronically ill and have been accused of being drug seeker and never given pain meds before, even with a ruptured cyst. However, I want to do my due diligence and ask anyone else has this experience and then later got diagnosed with epilepsy. I never heard of a pseudo seizure till now, so I'm out of that
Yeah.
one.
I think that's what they're saying Anne was doing, right, Katie? Am I correct in that?
Yeah. I
Angel,
think
do you
that's what
remember?
they're doing, and
That's what they're doing to Anne, is they're saying,
she's
well,
already been epileptic.
and she's
Well,
already,
they
yeah.
They took it a
I
step
mean,
further with her. They're saying psychogenic, which is literally not a physical seizure.
for
It's
heaven's
totally
Well,
mental. So pseudo seizure is still more of a term that sounds one step down. Like we haven't caught. It's not ruling out epilepsy. Pseudo seizure might just mean like we haven't caught it on an EEG yet. Where
Right.
psychogenic seizures is saying no, you don't have physical epilepsy. You don't have any focal points deep inside, and yeah, and Anne's case is definitely further along than pseudo seizure. But
Right.
let me see, because I've
I
never heard that term either. My mother just said they never use that term with her since I've been diagnosed.
I never heard that term at all, but the only thing I can relate
Psychogenic.
to it,
Yeah. They're calling it psychogenic non-epileptic seizure. So it's a total synonym.
the only thing I can relate to it is the first time I ended up in the ER. The ER told my parents that it looks like I might have had a seizure, but no one was sure. And then months later, yeah, there goes the seizures.
Oh, maybe this
But
is definitely something that a lot more parents on Epilepsy Universe and, any other Reddit is supposed to be aware of, because if they're claiming that these psychogenic seizures can be caused by stress and emotional issues, then doesn't it seem like doctors are a lot quicker to let kids pop pills for like anxiety nowadays? They're a lot quicker to jump to some kind of psychological condition or say that the stress is so bad you do need meds. And if that's on your
yeah,
record and you start having seizures,
and
a
I was going
doctor's
to say
probably
that
going to
earlier.
lean towards the non-epileptic diagnosis.
It's like almost everybody's getting a PNES diagnosis now. It's like, what? And like, I even knew from when I went to therapy, like, and I was like, I'm against, like, I'm trying not to be on more medication. So it's like, they want to write, what do you call it? A prescription.
Maybe it's easier to get away with a psychological prescription than a physical prescription. So they're quicker to
Yeah.
blame it on, some kind of trauma or, like give you an anti-anxiety med before they would ever actually do further research to determine if they're physical seizures.
I don't understand turning people away when they're having seizures. Like, well, I guess some people could fake it, but that's
I
what's
don't know
making
how
it
you
hard
fake
for
it, man.
doctors.
I don't even
You
know what
don't
it looks like.
you don't
For the
necessarily
most
have to
part.
be an epileptic to have seizures.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
know.
mean, that's true. You can have an
Yeah.
infection. You can have, there's a lot of things.
Diabetic.
Stroke.
Turning people away when they're having seizures is dangerous for them
Right.
too, right?
But
It doesn't
they should
mean
absolutely look at everything.
Exactly.
they could get sued if this person dies from one of these things, right?
Yeah. And
Right.
yeah, they
And
should.
Now
also, do you
we've
want to
got a
be
lot more
responsible
insight.
for this person passing just because you didn't like the way their seizure looked?
That's more likely than actually winning a malpractice suit, it sounds like. Because there
Yeah.
are a lot of reasons, a lot of ways for a doctor, a clinician, or an ER tech to sweep something under the rug and, say they weren't aware at this visit, so we were safe to send them home. There's a lot of ways to get away with it. So turning somebody away, yeah, I think having trouble dealing with their own guilt would be way more likely than any legal intimidation.
Yeah, God, I don't know how people deal with themselves.
Seriously.
I hate people.
I didn't even know they don't even
Not you
take the
guys.
Hippocratic Oath no more.
Oh, Lord, have mercy.
I got something here. It says, "What motivates you to stay alive?" My family, my children.
Dang.
Yeah, my children.
Yeah.
My children and my mom. That's about it.
Does I have to?
Huh?
my pets, my kids.
Maslow's laws, hierarchy of needs. First law.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
Yeah, just my kids are everything, man. I couldn't imagine them just being told dad did himself in.
Yeah. Yeah. I know.
I understand the opposite. Like, you want to be done, and you're done with dealing with all this shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes. Yeah. I did start to think that, but it is my kids and my husband, and and you guys, honestly, because before this, I mean, yeah, like I didn't really talk to anybody anymore. I used to talk to thousands of people a day. Almost every job I ever had, I talked to thousands of people a day. And
Yeah,
and
it does
now
seem like I
and then
talk to
all of
no
a
one.
sudden I'm stuck in a place where I can't even take a walk by myself because who knows what if I wander off, right? Or what if I fall in the road or whatever. And then.
Sorry, I got cut off right there, but yeah.
Oh, sorry, Angel. I was just saying, yeah, I I used to live for
Yeah, I know.
my job and talking to people, and I every job I ever had, I talked to thousands of people a day, and it was always multitasking and doing things, and there was always go 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 go, and when you can't, and it's just
And
It
your
just
job was such a
implodes.
skill. That's what strikes me is all the guests that we have on here that speak about their former professions as such skills. Wasn't there like some kind of architect or engineer, like
Tom
somebody who actually? There you go. See, like
and
somebody who's really.
my husband. What it was,
I
yeah,
worked in a
he
warehouse,
still owned
and
a
my favorite
company for
part.
that, but yeah, he's disabled too.
That's got to be so much harder to have to face that you like physically can't do a task that you've gotten so good at that it was actually making a living. I never got to that point. I was just collecting, a bill collector, but the commissions were sweet. They were fucking sick. If I got somebody to pay the bill, like,
That's nice.
oh yeah, paid in full, like I would tell them anything they wanted to hear. And I had trouble sleeping with myself sometimes, but it would come off their credit eventually.
I could
I
draw
didn't make it.
anything in icing and put it on an ice cream cake. Anything.
Exactly.
7 years of ice cream cake decorating. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
What do
but
you do
to
with
be
that
able to do it
skill?
well, that is not something everybody can do.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I'm intimidated by doing like arts and crafts tomorrow at some pirate festival. I don't even think I'm going to be able to do that, right?
when
Yeah,
I went for the interview, it was my boss and his sister who owned the store together, and uh they were interviewing me. They said, "So what skill do you think that you have that would make you good at this?" And I was like, "Man, I decorate like cookies with my kids for holidays." And somebody saw them and told me I was good enough to come try here. I don't know.
Wow.
And they were like, "Okay, that's good enough for us. Let me go get some icing and a thing, and you're gonna write on it for us." And I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll try." Like, I've never actually written a word.
No way.
And they hired me.
On the spot.
I got 1 week of training from a kid who was like half
Not
my
into it?
age,
Oh,
and then
okay.
he
oh,
left, and that was it. And I was like, "Wow, okay,
Wow.
okay."
Talk about a dream job.
Right.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because I didn't even
I
know it
hope
existed, right?
Yeah, you would have
my
never had trouble like keeping your weight up. Come on, who couldn't resist?
Right.
Yeah, actually, this is entirely true. I kept my weight up because I ate so much ice cream when I was at work.
Boom.
So much ice cream. And it's
Oh yeah.
it's 14% milk fat. So it's like the fattiest ice cream available.
Hey,
I want ice cream right now.
I
Ben and
know, I
Jerry's been around
always
for
want
a
ice
reason.
cream, always.
Definitely a great job for the summertime.
It was a great job all the time. The Bay Area doesn't get very cold in the winter, right,
Right.
Pookie?
It don't get
But
real
Exactly.
cold.
And there's always events. It's not just birthdays. There's no like off season really.
Oh,
There's
oh
always something going
yes.
on.
yeah,
Oh,
we go from either it's too hot or too cold.
oh, I'm sorry. Yeah.
I have
So,
something that some of us all of us might be able to relate to. It says, I have panic attacks whenever I go out. It may be panic attacks, anxiety, or seizures, but my family can't tell. My social anxiety has made it impossible for me to leave the house and socialize with people. I often rely on my phone or doom scroll while out, and it's unhealthy. I feel like a cat got my tongue. I'm 27, but I'm an introverted epileptic. With my introverted epileptic mind, can't grow up and go to places like bars, lounges, and nightclubs without a meltdown. I'm too much of a homebody, and I could ruin someone's day. I wish I was the type of person to go out once or twice a week without a panic attack. Does anybody think this is epilepsy, panic attack, or anxiety attack? Um,
hmm.
I think it
I don't
might
think
be a
it's
little bit of anxiety and no.
Yeah.
They didn't really say if they were. They said epileptic. They didn't really say if they had seizures or all, but
Yeah, or
it
like
says
if they're uncontrolled or how they're, but what were you gonna say, Kevin?
I
But
gotta
it's
say
crazy.
no. Doesn't sound like epilepsy unless you've been
But
diagnosed or anything or had any symptoms of
too
epilepsy.
much could lead to a seizure. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, or it can be an aura, but if you're having it every single time you leave the house, it sounds more like you it's been conditioned because you had seizures and now you're scared. And I get that. Good grief, I get that. Anybody else?
social anxiety. I've heard of it, but I don't get it.
Isolation got me into that, and I just had to snap out of it. Like, I had my cousin take me out to his house one day, and like me and my daughter could go swimming because I just couldn't. I was in like I couldn't take it anymore. I felt like I was hallucinating or something in the home.
Mm,
You know, all my time was in the home. All
mm,
my doctor's appointments were on my phone. You know,
yeah.
so it was just like everything I could do on my phone, and I didn't need to go out. And it was just, and I just had to, like, I was also going through therapy through then because of uh the suicide want. And in hindsight, yeah, I know it's like we get to that point where we
Okay.
want to be done with all this stuff, but like I'm thinking now, like, was that because of all the medicine I was on too? Could that
Almost
have
every one
hit
of them
me?
has that as a side effect, right? I mean, if you read down, almost every medication has some sort of some
Yeah.
mention of that kind of thinking or possible thought. But gosh darn, I understand being lonely, and gosh, my anxiety's gotten much worse, and I do kind of attribute it to auras or something, but it's not like that. It's not that
Yeah.
bad yet, and I hope it
My
doesn't.
friends get me to go out. They're like, "You're going out."
Yeah, I mean, yeah, my
Does
daughter.
anyone get like social anxiety? Like you just don't like being around crowds of people, I guess?
My wife, um, she had, I think she had social. She never said it, or at least I don't remember she said it to me. It's hard to, I'm trying to remember. But she displayed it a lot. And even if we were like in an outside area, like a big park, and sorry for the dogs barking, um, but like she would have to go. Like I remember we went for our first daughter, my daughter, our daughter's birthday, and it's like we would have to run, like, because we know families around and everything's watching her. We will have to run off so she can like go smoke some weed and stuff. It's like,
Yeah, well, it's okay.
it,
So she might have some anxiety,
yeah, so it might have
Fair,
been anxiety.
fair.
You
Yeah.
know,
Sleep helps.
I don't like people, but I do like social gatherings. So go figure. We all have social anxiety to some degree, but you got to deal with
Yeah,
it. You gotta-
but my
so
wife could do like concerts and stuff, and it wouldn't bother her. But
Right, because
yeah,
that's a bunch
like,
of strangers, though. I
yeah, but
mean,
other events,
I don't
yeah,
know. Maybe that's the problem, right? Like you're saying, Kevin, you like to go to social events, but not necessarily like feel comfortable
no,
with
I
people.
feel comfortable.
Yeah, you're okay. Well, yeah, I mean,
It would be a
we all
great
have
world if
social
it weren't for the
anxiety. I
people.
agree. We all,
For me, it's not as much of an anxiety, but like a hesitancy. If I know it's something that I have to do early in the morning, I'm having trouble sleeping. It's maybe the third week of the month, and I know there's a lot higher chance of causing difficulty for whoever I'm going with. Then that might have actually influenced the decision of please let me just stay home for this one. You guys do your thing and FaceTime me anytime you want. I will survive. Like, but if I go with you to this garden and it's hot and sunny and we're chasing each other, then I'm more likely to embarrass you. That logic never works, but that's that's what I'm thinking. Definitely never gets to anxiety level, but considering having a seizure with like those who I don't want to have to deal with it, that's where it gets for me.
yeah.
For me, it's like I enjoy being alone. Like I have no problem with sitting in my room watching TV, editing videos on my laptop. Like I don't mind not talking to people. I mean, I like talking to people. So sometimes when my sister has company, I come out because I know the people. But a lot of times it's like I can go say hello, but I don't necessarily want to sit there and talk. Like I have no problem with just being alone.
It's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
I'm like
think,
that too. Like I could stay in my room all day and watch TV, and I'll be okay. But then my mom's like, "Oh my God, it's like you're in prison," you know?
I mean, do you think there's a problem though between too much me time? I think we've kind of lost uh in essence, there's a people need to people need to connect more, you know? I get me time, but there's we time, you know? We need to get
Yeah,
out there and
there's me time, there's we time,
Mhm.
and it's like you need different types of connections. I'm gonna say it like spiritual, emotional, physical. You need all those connections, and
Mhm.
like I knew when I said it last what was it last year. It's like I called my cousin up like I'm hallucinating, and I told him, and he's like, "Yeah, I got to get you out of the house." And we went, like me and my daughter went to his house to go to the swimming, and all it was is because I was isolated. I think that's all it was.
Mhm.
It might have been the effects of the medicine too, but um, it's like I needed to get out of the house. And once I started doing that, things were like different, like, yeah, I'm getting connections again.
Hey, thank God you recognized what you needed.
Yeah, and was able to get it for you.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like,
so
it's,
sometimes it's like I said, I don't mind being alone, just like being in my room chilling. But like sometimes it's like when people do come over, like I do come out and say hello just so people know I'm home. But I don't necessarily like if I call someone over, then I have the urge. Let's go out of the room. Let's get out of the house. Let's go do something. But if I didn't call you over and you just pop up, I'm just kind of still in my chilling, doing what I was doing before you got here vibe.
yeah, it's like I can watch it all day. It's like,
Right.
nope,
Like I can binge watch stuff with no problem. I'm not bored. Um, I
I'm not
enjoy
bored.
this.
Or I can just read a book all day and I'm good. I I remember, what was it? Back, it was like in 2005. I actually read a whole book. It was one of the Harry Potter books.
Damn. Those are not short.
No.
And like I stood up as like, because I didn't even know what it was, and my sister like made me. She had one of those troll whatever, those school things that they hand you to buy books from,
Mhm.
and I was like, I remember hearing the name Harry Potter somewhere, so I got the set of four. I read those. I'm like, I'm into the story. I like it. And then the fifth book just came out, and that's what it was. And I got the fifth book, and I'm like, I just read it in one day.
Wow.
Mm.
That's
I
Yeah,
saw.
impressive.
I'm,
Yeah.
I'm just always gonna prefer animals. I would never admit to anybody else, but this group, like how many times I've seen all like every episode of Fresh Prince, but besides binging stuff,
Yeah.
I appreciate like doing anything with dog. If I feel like I can make like any like progress in training her and preparing her for public access, then that's what I'll try to do when I'm on my own because I can never be like truly alone unless she's asleep. then
Music is also a good thing too. Music for me, at least.
Tom,
yeah.
you at work?
Anyway, I just want to stop in and say hello. I'll try and get on later.
Yeah.
I'll
Hey,
try
Tom.
and get on later. I'm at work.
All right, what you
So
serving
anyway,
up
I just
today?
wanted to stop in and say hello.
Hey,
Hello.
Tom.
I'll be home in
right.
about about 2 hours or so.
Okay.
So
We'll probably be here.
Hopefully we still are.
all right, bye now.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
So I got something else here. It says,
Yeah.
can epilepsy cause daily symptoms? I'm 32, new to epilepsy. I had a seizure in my car, sweating, blurry vision, fainting, and uncontrolled muscle contractions, but I maintain conscious. We all go through that. I've had bigger episodes like this, but oftentimes I have smaller episodes with shortness of breath followed by an aura and near faint. I have starving feeling after my seizures, but I had normal EEG and MRI. I'm a year out of my first seizure, and I feel like I've gotten worse and worse every day. Gotten worse and worse every day. Did anyone else feel like that? Even outside of my episodes, now I have a vertigo feeling every day. I am triggered by lights in the car, dizzy, and every morning it feels like I got hit by a truck. I started Lamictal. It helps slightly for smaller episodes. And I just started Keppra, which I felt like it helped initially, but I still feel my symptoms coming through. I have awful migraines and nausea through, though, with these meds. The brain fog is also really setting in. Just wanted to hear if anybody else has similar experiences after being able to. Afterwards, did you accept your diagnosis? Yeah, I accepted it. I didn't have an option.
Yeah, I didn't have an option. It's like, you got seizures.
Yeah.
Right. It was like, you have epilepsy. You're going to have this for the rest of your life. And I was just like, that sucks. I got over it.
I've tried to hide it from people, like girlfriends and stuff, but including the one that became my wife. But yeah, I tried to hide it, but yeah, I knew I had it. Like, I had to accept it.
I come out in the open with it first. I have epilepsy and I have kids. How's that work? We get past that, usually gonna go well. Daily symptoms, the loss of appetite. That's all daily for sure. The loss of appetite is daily, but everything else isn't for sure. Everything else is a sometimes.
Well, dizziness. I might get dizziness.
Every day?
Not for a while. It depends on which pills you're on, because I was just waking up this morning trying to remember every single pill I was on too.
So that's why I thought you were going to go with memory.
Yeah.
That's the other daily symptom. I write everything down now.
But yeah, it's there was this one time I was just feeling, I don't know if it is vertigo or not, but it just felt like constant blood rushing to my head. You know, like, and I wouldn't call it a blackout because I wasn't blacking out, but it was just like, okay, I'm staying still because I know I'm epileptic. And I wasn't trying to do anything. I told my doctors about it. Like, look, I'm getting this like blood rush to my head. I don't know what it is. I think that's when they started like min-maxing the pills and stuff. And they were trying to work things around that.
Like, I wonder, since like I have encephalomalacia, which is a soft brain tissue, is epilepsy in my whole brain now? Like, could they take that piece out, or is this over with? It's done.
Hmm.
You know, I'm looking that up now.
Yeah,
Well,
I have no idea.
Well, it's probably depends. It's probably got a lot to do with like what part of your brain it affects.
Yeah, or where it's at. Exactly.
I think, yeah, I think a lot of us wondering, like I've always wondered what caused it, what's the initial cause? Do I have, like my dad had type 2 diabetes and stuff, but I was like, do I have diabetes? Is this the cause of it?
Why
But
the hell is there so much medical information, like reliable medical information, coming from law firms? This is off of another law firm website saying there's no direct treatment or cure for encephalomalacia. However, doctors attempt to treat the underlying cause of the condition, which cannot be reversed. And in some cases, surgery may be performed to remove the part of the brain affected by the softening. So it's not like it's impossible. And maybe the surgery could be an option.
I don't know why that's funny. I could have been told this.
Right.
20 years ago.
And they
Seriously.
And they didn't do that.
Oh man.
I mean, it's due for inflammation. You know the treatment. I mean, you know the cause of it. So it's not like they would even have extensive testing or anything else to do. Like you kind of already went over that first hurdle. You know exactly what the cause was. So I'm sure it'd be some extensive MRIs, but they just got to get a good look, it sounds like, and get together a treatment plan.
Yeah.
Like I always wish I knew what was direct cause of my epilepsy.
I'm so far over that. My mother is never going to drop the conspiracy theory about.
Like I don't care about it, but
no, but I totally understand. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. I was just going to rant about birth control.
Go ahead, rant. That's what we're here for.
I mean,
no,
I've done that too.
I am positive it's not related to epilepsy. That's the thing.
I mean,
so many people said it was.
I'm sure we've all spent hours. I think we have the same kind of diagnosis. I think temporal lobe epilepsy. Angel or someone here has temporal
Everyone
lobe.
except me.
I have
temporal lobe. It's specifically one spot.
And just
when I was a teenager, I got diagnosed with partial complex.
That sounds familiar. Yeah, I think I got that too. But yeah, I just one day, me too, and ever since then, all the time, just wondering where this come from, and it's frustrating. Is it genetic? Is it?
Yeah,
I have no idea. I think, did I have a bad fever? Is it from that, or you go through a million things, and it's I tell myself to stop to let it go, but it's
hard.
I just can't.
It eats at you for a while until you just learn to let it go. But yeah, it's like
It's a lot of self-guilt.
No, I have to be prepared and remember what to tell myself just to shut the fuck up and move on, because you don't know. You're never gonna know, and it's not like I'm never gonna stop thinking about it, but when it does come, when it does kind of enter my thoughts, I have to remind myself why it's not worth the effort. It's not worth any stress or speculation, because it's just there's better things to focus our energy on, basically.
Yeah, there's stories my mom tell me. It's like, could that have been the cause? No.
Oh yeah.
It's like the Similac. I was like, it's like,
and if we ever try to blame it on something like from our childhood, that's like, trying to divert blame, basically. And who knows? I don't have long-term memory anymore, so
yeah. But she also
could be
has
like a really obvious time that like I probably did cause it, and I don't remember. Definitely don't talk to any of the people I used to chill with back then.
Yeah, she also has told me like so many things that I'm like, She also has told me so many stories, not stories, but, well, I guess memories that could, like, I go back into my head, maybe that was the cause. Maybe that was the cause. Like, I know, when I was born, I was so cold, like, because the blizzard of '83 was starting in Philadelphia,
Mm.
you know, and I think they had to get me into the hospital or something. But she said I made it in time or something, but they couldn't do something. And I look like a wrinkled old man.
Oh dear.
Yeah. But it was just like, and then she like, there was a story she said once of how each of, how medical changes of medical technology changes throughout our lives, like how each of us were born. I basically had like the kitchen, what is it you call it, the try whatever, the things to grab things.
The tongs.
Yeah, the tongs. I basically had the kitchen tongs, and my brother had a different one, and I think my sister had like a vacuum. You know, so it was like, could the tongs have did something? I'm like, I'm all over the place. I'm like, I'm done with trying to figure out of what caused my epilepsy.
Yeah, mine was obvious, and recently I found out that when I did have the car accident and I sued the person who hit me, I recently found out that the lawyer said if my symptoms were to get worse, I could sue the city, because there was also a crosswalk where there was no stop sign, so it was kind of their fault just a little bit, I guess. So yeah, I'm working on that now. I was recently just told that the city said symptoms got any worse, but also from the first car accident, the first lawsuit when I was a kid, when I turned 18 and I went to get the money out of the bank from the lawsuit, the lawyer had took off with the money.
Oh my God.
No, wow.
So the initial thing from lawsuit from getting run over when I was a kid, that money's gone. And the guy, he got barred for taking other people's money too. So he's in Africa now. He's
He's a crook.
here working, I guess. And yeah, that first lawsuit, that money's gone, and he's gone.
I'm so sorry for you and your mom. I'm really am.
All right. But now I'm gonna work on suing the city again. That's what they said do. That's what the judge said do. So the judge wasn't from that city, so of course they suggested.
So the judge suggested it. It wasn't just another lawyer fishing for a retainer fee.
No, the judge said if your symptoms, if your diagnosis, or if you get worse in the future, you can sue the city.
Wow.
And
that's a bummer.
I've gotten worse.
All right, so I guess that's the next step. But good God, how could you ever trust a lawyer again?
I know. Good.
You trusted them before?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was 5, and that was in the '90s. So back then, and my
More
mom was
topics,
young.
no.
So tomorrow we're gonna.
My mom was young, so she probably was like, "I'm gonna take what I can." Out of the lawyers who were working pro bono, some of those just gotta take it when it comes, and yeah.
Hey, well, that's the easiest way to confirm good intentions.
Yeah, I talked
They
to
wanted
someone
to do it
about
for the
it.
right reasons.
Yeah, I talked to someone about like suing like the guy again on how to get the money back, and they're just like, what's it called? The time you have to, what's it called? The statute of limitations.
Statute of limitations.
I think they said I had like 5 years or something like that after I found out. And I found out when I was 18. So yeah, once I found out it was gone, it was just like, okay,
No.
I'm just go about life. I was a teen. I didn't really know much.
That sucks.
It
That's
wasn't like I was
terrible.
missing money that I never had. So I was just like, yeah, go about with life. This
Oh
is
my gosh. Yeah.
been all right so far.
It's so awful. Seriously.
So I got something here. It says neurologists and neurosurgeons. So I just had a quick conversation about epilepsy and seizures I've been struggling with since I was 16, and now I'm about to turn 22. I've been to a couple doctors and tried a lot of meds. I was wondering if people have been in a situation like me. I live in Massachusetts, and I just want people's opinions on best hospital to choose from. I've been referred to Tufts Medical Center in Boston, but I have been seeing a lot of negative reviews about doctors. So I was doing some research and I saw good comments on Massachusetts Medical Center in Boston as well. If anyone knows any good neurosurgeons or neurologists, let me know. That's not much of a question. That's just kind of asking for a neurologist.
Reese would be the one to answer that. I think she's from Boston.
And said Johns Hopkins saved her life, but that wasn't Boston. No, didn't she say? I don't know. I know I've heard higher praises on Johns Hopkins, but maybe just reading patient reviews instead of believing what the hospital's going to say about themselves, deciding on a neurologist. Maybe you can get that initial visit on, a Zoom call instead of having to pay some specialist copay and go to the office and then just decide they're not the one for you.
Right.
I don't know anything of, if that would work, but that would be, I think, an ideal situation. It's essentially interview your doctor before you choose them.
Yeah, it's always an interview, like any doctor, I guess. But definitely, if you're for epilepsy, you want to know they can do. For me, I'll get a vibe. Like, yeah, you pass this test, like you're not, it's like a vibe type feeling. I don't know if anyone understands that, but it's like,
I make it more of a checklist if they ask the right questions.
yeah, like you ask the questions, or whoever's with you asks the right questions, and they were like, yeah, I like this answer, or something that happened during the first visit that you really, really liked. And it was like, because I remember with my current neuro, is I said, I do not want to go back over there. So because they referred me to you, and I'm like, I don't want to go back over there. Can you just, I didn't know if you were looking for patients, but can I stay as your patient, And he kept me on.
Nice. I was gonna wait till Sailor Mom got back so I could ask this one.
We can chat something up if you want until she gets back. I don't know.
I'm still into the superstitions. Now I love that Greek thing, where if you're an epileptic, the Greeks totally considered it a blessing from the gods, and then over time, other religions and cultures evolved it into possession and demons, and totally flipped the script. But yeah, now I'm going to totally buy into this Greek theme and spread that message.
You think that's where speaking in tongues came from? Perhaps?
Right? Yeah. Hey.
It may be.
It could happen. I wouldn't.
You never know what could mean what. Like, it's always a and this has nothing to do with epilepsy, but it goes along with what she says. Like, you know how we think dragons are fake and stuff, but what if dragons are actually like, you know, someone found dinosaur bones and called it dragon, you know?
I just look at it as like news has always been slanted and people are gonna spin something however they want to. But back to epilepsy, we got Ansley in. What's up?
Somebody's coming
Ansley.
in. Wait, this sucks in here.
Taylor Mom will be back.
So someone says vitamin
Sailor Mom brought us
suggestions.
ice cream.
What did you say?
I did say, said Sailor Mom bought us ice cream. I'm feeling.
I am actually eating cold pie at the moment.
Ice
Because
cream would be nice.
I looked in the fridge and I was like, what will I eat? I will eat that.
Oh, Ansley.
I'll make you guys watch me.
Ansley, what meds do you take?
Hey guys, how's it going?
All
Hi,
right,
Ansley.
Nico.
I am currently on Xcopri. I've been on about 10 seizure medications, and none of them have worked, along with
I get
2
that a lot.
temporal lobectomies,
Oh my God.
What is that?
where they removed the right side of my brain.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
That sounds like it hurt.
What does that do? Did you have like something they were removing to stop having seizures?
Yeah, they found a brain hernia, and that was my first surgery. And then that got rid of my daytime seizures. But I was still having grand mal seizures at night. So then they put me in for the SEEG, and I was there for a month. And I did not produce a natural seizure, but they went in and shocked my brain enough for them to find a little area to take out.
Okay,
So-
so far I hate it.
Do what?
I said, so far I hate it.
Yes, that sounds like a lot.
Yeah,
Like,
so then
I
went
don't
in for
mind the
surgery.
idea of.
Hold on,
I'm sorry, do
Ansley.
what?
Let her finish.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, do what?
Oh, I said you can finish.
Oh, and then I
Talia.
healed on that one, on that surgery from the SEG for about a month, and then went in for a full temporal lobectomy.